Hello guys, welcome back to another lovely trading video. In this one we're going to be doing some in-depth stock analysis of Nordstrom, ticker JWN. Now today this is the leading gapper, or at least at close it's the one that made the most gains, or at least small cap gapper for the day. So with Nordstrom, it did gap down massively. As you can see, I think this was last earnings season, so on bad earnings. They've just had their earnings again now, and we're starting to see it recover. So looking at this, obviously when we're looking at these kind of trades, we like to start off with the gap fills because that can usually be a good indication of a target. And so with Nordstrom, if it does continue this upward momentum, we will be looking at a target of around $32 because that is its gap fill, and we would expect it to kind of sell off here. However, now it's gapped off earnings again, we have created a new gap. So if this gap does get sold into and price goes kind of pre-earnings, then we will have a target to around 1950 to the downside. There are a few more gaps. This stock is one that gaps quite a lot. So we can see there's another gap around the 37.75 level. And really they're going to be the three main gaps we're looking at from a price target perspective. So now we'll go on to the flexible grid so we can see the standard deviation levels. And what we saw with Nordstrom is it went into earnings right around its statistical mean. So when we see this, we kind of knew, again, it's something we would never have been holding, because once the stock at statistical mean, it's a gamble whether it'll go up or down. But as we can see, obviously in this case, it did go up. It went straight into and struggled to break through the first deviations. And I'll show you what I mean by this on an intraday basis. Intraday, we hit this level, came back support, it came back as support on this level. As you can see, it hesitated there, broke through, but then retested it, broke through again, and again used it as support to kind of hold this 25.50 level. Now we come into the 27.25 level, and again heavy resistance, broke through, couldn't hold the level, broke back down, came back to test it one more time, and again failed. So what you're probably going to see with Nordstrom is it's going to struggle to break out of this level, and that's just because it obviously gapped up 35%, and it's now come into its first kind of heavy level of resistance. So doesn't mean it won't go any higher, but this is a resistance level, and we wouldn't be surprised, let's say, if it sold off. But if it does break this level and kind of holds above it, where is our target going to be? That's going to be around $30.75. The gap for at $32, and then all the way to kind of $33.70. They're going to be kind of the next levels we're going to be looking at as major resistance if price does continue up. If it does break that level again, then the next target we're looking at is going to be $36.25. Then we've got the gap fill level, that's $37.75, and then an extreme push of $40. The only thing with this though is I don't really see us pushing back to the close to $40 level, at least anytime soon, just because obviously we had the previous earnings, strong gap, another earnings, strong gaps. And what we tend to see with its strong gaps is it doesn't tend to move too much after. So I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of stays between the $32 and kind of $19 level until its next earnings. But again, if it does continue up, again, you use these levels differently. They can be areas to lock in profits if you're long, or areas to short if you're looking to trade it short. And then extreme push, the next levels and kind of final targets would be 41.50 and 46.50. Now if price does instead go down, where are our targets? Obviously 19.50 if you're short, that's the final target we would kind of have, but we wouldn't be looking to really be short buy side just yet, just because it is still kind of within its first deviations. But yeah, to kind of statistical mean is where we'd look to short, and if you're looking to kind of buy it long, more for an investment side, then we would be looking kind of to the bottom side of the deviation, so 14.50, $9 or $9.25, $8, $4 and $1.32 obviously. And really any of these levels at the 9.24 and below, very unlikely, let's say. The 14.75 is achievable, but now we've gapped so long, I imagine it would take a while to get back to this level. So really, if you're looking to buy up more shares, it could be something we would be more patient on and look elsewhere, at least for the time being. But either way, these are all our targets. There are quite a lot, but all you really need to look at this is these are levels where we expect impact to happen. So trading or buying at these levels can tend to be risky, but trading to those levels is usually what we'll look to do. But I hope you enjoyed the video and breakdown on Nordstrom. Hope to see you in the next one, and that's it. Peace.